Hello there. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can define the characteristics and angle of a line. There's two methods that I'll show you, one using the dimension tool and another where we define those characteristics from the beginning. So let's open up a new part file because that is where I will be drawing it. Once it's open, we're going to have to create a new sketch. To create a sketch, we'll have to use the Start 2D Sketch button right here in this corner. And once you select it, you will be faced with these three planes, the XY, YZ, and XZ planes made up by the XYZ axes. You can choose any single one of those planes to do your drawing in, but just make sure that you stay consistent and choose the same one whenever you create a part. Because if you do that, then the process of making assemblies and putting more parts together will be a lot easier because all the parts are in the same direction. So I choose XY, but you can choose any single one of them, but just be consistent, that's all. So now we are in the sketch. So now we are going to draw a line. So this is the line tool right here, and we'll select it, left click, and then we can left click wherever we want our start point to be. Left click and then drag over to where we want our end point to be, and left click again. So now after you do the left click of the end point, a new line will appear where the start point of this new line is the end point of the previous line. If you don't want that, just press the escape button and it'll deselect the tool. So we're going to use the dimension tool first to show how you can give the line a certain length, and then I'll show you how you can use the dimension tool to give the line a certain angle. So let's give the line a certain length. Select the dimension tool and now hover over it. You'll see it's white and then left click. So now it's blue, meaning that it's selected and being dimensioned. So now dragging up or down will give you the horizontal measurement. Dragging to the left or the right will give a vertical measurement. That is assuming that these lines have some sort of measurement in those directions. For instance, if this line was horizontal, the horizontal measurement would be all that mattered. There would be no vertical measurement. It would just be 0. Same goes with the vertical line. There would be no horizontal measurement. It would just be 0. Vertical would be all that mattered. So in this case, we don't want either the vertical or the horizontal. We want that angled measurement because this isn't the proper length of the line. So we go back to the line, double click, and then drag out, up or down, doesn't matter. And now we have that angled measurement, which is the proper length of the line. So now wherever you're satisfied with putting the measurement of your line, you can left click right there. So I will put it right here. Left click, and now type in what you want. So let's clear whatever's in there and type in 1. I'm typing in 1 because I want to make a 1-inch line. So Inventor, when given just a number or an expression without any units, will automatically assume inches. So to confirm your measurement, just press the enter key or the green check mark that appeared there. I'll show you what that is in a moment when I edit this. So let me show you how you can edit it. So instead of deleting this and then redimensioning it, you can do it one of two ways. One, if you already have the dimension tool selected, you can left click on the dimension and then you can just type in what you want. Let's say 1 centimeters to show you. So now you'll see that when I press enter or the green check mark, it'll change to 1 centimeter, but it'll be 0.394 inches, which is 1 centimeter just in inches. So now if we want to edit it another way, I'll show you how that is done. Let's say that you didn't have the dimension tool selected. Then you would just go over to the measurement and then hover over it, double click it, and now you'll be in the same edit dimension dialog box. And here I'm going to show you how you can make an equation, for instance. Let's say you want an equation like 2 times 3 minus 5, for instance. It would solve it out and give you the final answer in whatever units specified, if there were units. The cool thing is that when you do the equation, it keeps it in there, so you know where you got that number from. So this is a useful tool. So now we have defined the length of the line. The line, however, can still be moved around and rotated. So now we are going to deal with the rotation aspect of the line. So let's first move this out of the way. So to move a measurement ticker, just left click and drag to wherever you want. So you can go outside, wherever, it doesn't really matter, but just make sure it's out of the way. And now we are going to draw another line underneath. This line, however, is going to be construction. Construction means that it is going to be like a reference line. So first, let's draw a normal line. Start point is going to be the same start point as the first line. And then let's drag over. So this line, you'll see when it is being close to the 0 degree mark, it'll automatically jump to it. That is because Autodesk will automatically jump to those type of lines. So if you go to 90 degrees or 180 or 270, they will automatically jump to those angles. So we want 0 degrees, so we're gonna put it right there, and let's just left click. Now let's press escape button to unselect the line. So now you'll see that this line is now officially horizontal. This line, however, can still move in whatever angle it wants. So we're gonna have to change that. So let's first make this a construction line. There's two ways to make a construction. One, you can select it and then select the construction tool right here, and then it'll be construction. Construction means that it is a dotted line. You can also unconstruction it. You just select the line and then just click the construction button up here. Now another way to make a construction is to right click the line and then go to the right. Right there, there'll be construction and you can select that. Same way to unconstruction it. Right click the line and then go over here and unselect it. But we need it to be construction, so we'll just press escape. So now we have our horizontal construction line. Now we're going to define the angle between these two lines. Let's say you want to make it 30 degrees in angle. So we take the dimension tool again and select the two lines. Now you'll have the ability to define the angle. So now let's just left click wherever we're satisfied with putting the ticker, and let's type in 30. It'll automatically be degrees. So now let's zoom out. To zoom out, you'd use the scroll wheel and go up, or you can use the scroll wheel and go down to zoom in. And you'll notice that the zooming in and zooming out will change where you're zooming into and zooming out of, depending on where your mouse is moving. So let me show you how you can move the screen without changing its zoom. You take the scroll wheel and then press down and drag around. That is how you move this sketch. You can also use the tool right here, this pan tool, and left click to just move around. Let's say that you somehow managed to lose the drawing that you have, like it's too far out and you don't know where. So there's a tool called Zoom All, which will take you back to the best viewing position of whatever you have drawn so far. So click it on here in the sidebar, and then it'll take you back. Look, we have created it. And then we can zoom out to our best viewing position. So now I have showed you how to give dimensions to a line with the dimension tool. Now I'm going to show you how you can draw this exact same line in a shorter fashion. So let me show you the second one. So I'm going to unselect the dimension tool, and now I'm going to select the line again. So another thing that you can do is you can select a very specific start point. Let's say you want to do it in -1, -1. But instead of just hovering over and trying to find the spot, you can type it in. To type it in, press the tab button and type in what you want. So let's say we want -1, -1, correct? -1, -1, and then press the tab button again to go to the y value, -1. Now let's say you want to change the x value to 0.5. Press the tab button again to go back to the other number and then type it in, 0.5. -0.5, my bad, 0.5, and then press the enter button when you're done. So now you have the first starting point at this point that you have chosen. Now we want to give a very specific length and degree angle that we want for the line. To do that, you see a number that is already highlighted. Start typing in what dimension you want in there. So we want 1 inch, so 1, and then press the tab button to go over to the degrees and type in 30. And let's say you want to change the length of the line. Press tab again to go back to the previous thing, or you can press tab again and you can just alternate between them. Press enter when you're done, and there you go. Now you'll have this extra line again, and you can just press the escape button to unselect it, and that's it. But thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Peace.